If you didn't know, recently there has been this joke in MMOK by Not Invisible Man and Salt about how a map that's just about a chair is more interesting than some current Krunker maps. So Salt made a chair map, and this is how it all started. This chair map initially only had one chair that you could not do anything with. You would just sit here, and this lobby actually filled up with like 10 people. It was pretty funny. And then later on this map got updated. Past this update he added some parkour and an insanely creative backgrounds. However, this is just the first of those maps that have been released. I saw it, and a few hours later I released this map. 2 chair, because initially his map only had 1 chair, so what I did, I had 2 chairs and a table, and in this case some extra things, for example a proper background with a very weird tree. If you fall off, you get sent to congrats on falling off, and a few other things, like if you play this board game you will eventually find a cat right here. So this map has a few gameplay elements. So this was the second map, and then an unthinkable thing happened. The MMOK staff team dropped a competition of who can make the best chair map in 5 hours. They were rated by the visuals of the chair and the surroundings, so gameplay elements like the cat here and stuff would not count. And there were big prizes. There's the new Redux, the cherry blossom knife, and then 10k for the 3rd place. And then it started. People were releasing maps. The first map to be released by Mossclock is this insanely laggy throne chair. Oh my god, there's music playing, but how did he manage to make this so laggy? The second map to be released was this masterpiece by Potatoes. This is just a heavenly chair with wings, bro. This is such a banger chair. You sit here and you're straight up a god. This is so insane. The next one, the map by Spoon, features very cursed chairs. These are chairs of a spoon and a fork, and you're in a restaurant. Unfortunately, the setting here really isn't finished at all. You can just go outside and stuff. But this is also really creative. And then we got my map. And in this, you're in a dystopian setting. Around you there's the sun, there's the mountains in the backgrounds. If you go out too far, you're teleported back in. There's this roof above your head where the pillar on one side is very stretched, on the other side it's normal, and on the other side it's even missing. And all this to portray this main chair right here, which is very abstract. You can sit here and enjoy the view. I enabled the ocean thing and made it not move, so you have a clear reflection. And it even has some storage room below in case you want to store your things in the chair. And to make the shading on it a little better, I made sure to have this thing so that the sun shines through, and then that it has more texture. So yeah, a quite unusual shape for a chair. Then next we have the map of my goat by Rosa. Unfortunately, he misread the message and did not know we had to have an environment outside, so he only made a chair. But this chair is so cool, bro. Look at this thing. Oh my god. This is so heat. You've got a podium, you've got lights everywhere, and just this dragon. You sit here. The next map to be released is Tree Chair. Now here we've got a pretty creative tree chair. This chair is made out of planks and is basically a tree. It's a very well made tree. There aren't really any mistakes. The nails are even pretty cool, and this just looks a lot like a tree and is really creative. Just that the setting outside is pretty bad, but the chair is a banger. And then, by the person who originally made the chair, Salt, we got Chair 2. Insanely pretty scenery, even with some assets that he got from somewhere. Beautiful stuff, and the chair, incredibly creative. Sadly, can see through here, but look at this. You even have the snow sound effect. This chair is also so creative. I really like the pillows that are here, and you just sit here and look out into the sunset. Next up, we have Chair Room by Viniox. This uses lighting really well. We've got a cute setting. Unfortunately, the room doesn't have much more than this fireplace, but this fireplace is really cool. And we've also got a creative use of textures right here for the carpet, and it's 2 chairs actually. Unfortunately, I can fall through the chair backwards, but he used cylinders and rotated objects similar to my chair. And this is also just such a cozy setting if you need a map where you need to have 2 people and you're just chatting and chilling. All these submissions so far have been wonderful. I love that this event happened. Next up by Lunatic Craft. The chair you're on is basically inside a train. You're driving a train, and this is the chair, and you can even go back here and have even more. This is really cute. I really like this here. Unfortunately, it makes my GPU go crazy. Somehow the previous map made my GPU go to 98%, so I went over it fast, but I really love the train setting. And next up, we have this map by Floyd. His map is called Chair Life, and you are a chair. You're a chair. You can also sit on a chair. You can sit on a chair while being a chair, and there's even some story mode elements to this. This is so funny. I really like this one too. You can't just be a chair, bro. And these things are also so cute. The environment isn't the craziest, but also this thing he did with the cylinders, or however he did the top part, is really cool. He's the only one that made this custom model for a chair. This looks a little better if you're in 2-player mode, but also this map, he hosted this map and it got a full lobby. This was so funny. And now to the winners. 3rd place. 3 people got 1st place because of the ranking system. The Heaven Chair by Potato, the Chair 2 with the beautiful setting in the sunset by Salt, and the Train by Lunatic. 2nd place is the Tree Chair by Jofi. I'm kind of surprised by this, but the ratings went from rating 1 to 10 in surroundings and chair, and his chair was just so good, I guess, that it won a little bit over, even though this environment wasn't the greatest. And then number 1, drum roll please. Yes, number 1 is my map, this modern art chair in the scenery in the dystopian world. I really liked that this happened. This was such a fun event and such a fun thing, and the mapping community currently is so bright. And I hope fun stuff like this continues in the past, because players just make insane maps for the game. If you wonder how I got my Dutchman, it was from a previous competition, the minigame competition, which someone from DQ won, but the whole rating system was it was kind of rigged and unfair, and I guess they felt bad for me or something, because everyone kept saying my map was the best and stuff, and then I didn't even get top 3 because there was this uniqueness factor, blah blah. And then they won the Dutchman, but they gave it to me. That was such a nice move by them, and yeah, that's how I got the Dutchman, from basically losing the competition, the previous one. Subscribe so you won't miss that. I won't go into the detail of the competition, but very in detail about my map I made there. I'll see you there.